I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I just put up a video telling about. I've put up several of them, but it's so bad. I don't know what I'm going to do right at the moment. Period. Um, the thing is, everybody around here knows it. So many people know it, and they do nothing to stop it, to engage in it. I put on the videos and a whole bunch of them about my kidnapping in 41 and being brought to Moulton, Alabama, and how bad it was, and about writing about mind control murders and Dr. Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, and the use of mind control to modify people's behavior, program them to kill, like the person was programmed to shoot Larry Flint in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I was doing the book at the time in nearby Marietta. The title of the book was MD: A License to Kill, and of course I had antifreeze put in me, April Fool Day of 80, so they got stopped. I should have died. I had a letter from the FBI dated June the 23rd of 79, ongoing investigation, national security involved. So the woman where I was placed, given the name of the twin, it was a pigsty in Moulton. Both of them were dead, Peggy and Carl. I was given the name of Peggy, and that's how I grew up, using that name, and married a Childers. The woman was a psychopath. She'd killed her kids. They were born out of wedlock. But my point in doing this is, after I got in the campaign to replace the doctor, I'm not kidding about any of this, what's being done to me at the moment, okay? Um, Dr. Congressman, I wrote about, his plane went down and I was flown out to Flint, and I ran in that campaign to replace him. Point is, after then, I was just put on the side of the road, and I had antifreeze put in me. I had where they had put it in me. I had the documents. I took it to Sam Donaldson on LaSalle Street, ABC, back in, I guess that was 82. I had no money. I'm carrying my book I wrote and a letter from the FBI where they'd put the antifreeze in me, and I'm trying to get the media to do something. And I have no money, a place to stay or what. So everything in the book was done to me. What I want to say now was, though, I found out about my kidnapping in late 83. And when it was done to me, I'm British. My mother's an American, but my father's Edward VIII, who was forced out. Lies done about him, and I've got this on pictures and other stuff on all the other videos. My father married Claudia O'Keefe, American, not Georgia, not Georgia's my aunt, Georgia O'Keefe, the artist, not Simpson, Wallace Simpson, that she married a double. And they helped take down my dad with my Uncle George the Sixth. And I put this on here, so I'll end up giving all the background and won't get to what they're doing to me now. When I first came to Roanoke, I had no job. I was just on the side of the road. And I came here in October the 20th of 86. It was cold, freezing. I got here in the middle of the night on the Greyhound bus. So I couldn't get any jobs or anything. I lived on the Appalachian Trail. I stole. I have to do this one again. I've never stole anything from anybody. My crime, if it was a crime, was being born. And I'm paying for the crimes that were done to me, and I want to mention this real quick. Carol Rogers Simon lived in Edinburgh. When I finally got in a retirement, it was Section 8, and had a place to live for a little bit. They did the chemicals there. Everywhere I've gone, yes, they have, that would just kill a horse. She ended up with my apartment, and what's this woman doing there in this low-rent housing? She's still living there, by the way. She got my apartment. She said to me, and she said her ex-husband was psychiatrist Simon, he's Jew, from Seattle, Washington. And she laughed and she said, "You're paying for the crimes your family committed." Well, no, I'm not. I'm paying for the crimes that this country ongoing have committed against me. So I'm going to say Carl Barton's a retired Virginia State Trooper, And his wife told me, she said, this is how we run you, make you move with chemicals, and there's some other ways that I won't get into, but that's the main one. I went in years ago when I first came here trying to get something done, fighting for my life. I went downtown to the courthouse in Roanoke, and I went into the law library. And they were told what to do. They got a phone call, and they were told what to say and do. And I was talking to them, trying to find laws. Maybe I could get an attorney. Maybe I could get something done. Well, everybody walked out of the law library and left me. And I looked at that opened this huge book there, and they had a message thing on it. And it was by this law. Back then it was 42 of the Virginia State Code. And it said, under the guise of state law, and it read out how law they can circumvent crimes, and they're allowed to commit crimes against you. And I mean, everything in the book has been done to me before I ever came here to Virginia, in Alabama, Atlanta. So, you know, now then they've, here where I'm at now, it's owned by the Patels from India and the Shaws. They've gotten quite wealthy off of all of it. They have ties way up I could mention, but I've mentioned enough. But they have force-fed it in here. It's been ongoing to where I can't walk. But where do I go? I get a cab and I run out of money if I'm going nowhere, and it's going to happen again. I went out yesterday, and it was so bad I thought I've got to leave. I went out and bought groceries, so I came back, because where am I going? I'd end up with no money and on the street again, or trying to go to the National Forest, and they come out there. The rangers are sent out there. So last night I stayed, and I think that's the worst I've ever been here. I woke up, I couldn't get up, my back, it's like I'm paralyzed. And my legs, I haven't had this happen like this. My legs are like you're getting blood clots all through them, the veins and everything. I can hardly walk, it's so stiff. Now, they've gotten stiff, and it's when the fumes are, I'm smelling them, they're toxic. Let me remind you again, I go anywhere outside of where I live, and I'm okay. So this is force-fed me deliberately. Each and every one of them should be locked up and put away for life and force-fed, just like they did me. Nobody minded doing all this stuff to the Germans, saying they did it and going in and prosecuting them. Not one person in my life who's committed these crimes ongoing against me has done anything but live good off of my hell.